She was impaled by a steel pipe, but her husband, Ethan, the chief surgeon who could have saved her life, turned around and carried another woman away because that woman only had a minor injury. The next second, he picked her up and left the scene. Lying on the ground, Emma watched the woman he loved smile down at her. Tears kept falling from her eyes. She never imagined her marriage would end like this. Ethan believed everything the other woman told him. He was convinced Emma started the fire. He even coldly told her, "Even if you die, it is your own fault." Those words hit Emma like a wall. Soon after, she was rushed to the hospital. She was suffering from severe internal bleeding, and there was only one person who could perform the surgery, her husband, Ethan. But at that moment, he was treating the other woman's leg injury. A doctor kept calling him, telling him the patient was in critical condition, but Ethan only said, "Find another doctor." Then he hung up. Inside the operating room, Emma slowly lost the will to fight, and in the end, she died on the operating table. At the same time, Ethan was still taking care of the other woman until he heard nurses talking outside. The patient who was just brought in didn't make it. The moment he heard that, his expression changed. He rushed out of the room. He wanted to know who the patient was, but just as he was about to uncover the body, the other woman behind him suddenly collapsed. Ethan turned around and caught her without thinking, and because of that, he missed his last chance to see Emma. Meanwhile, Emma's mother stood alone in the rain, holding the things her daughter left behind. She remembered years ago, when Ethan was sick, it was her daughter who donated her kidney to him, but this was how her daughter ended up. She called Ethan, her voice barely holding together, and asked him to meet her 2 days later at 10 a.m. at 61 Xingping Lane. She only said one thing: "This is your last chance." But Ethan thought his wife was just threatening divorce again, so he barely gave it a second thought. On the day of the funeral, the entire room was filled with Emma's favorite flowers. Her mother slowly sorted through her daughter's belongings. One note after another said things like, "Remind Ethan to eat on time." Inside the drawer were the vitamins and stomach medicine Emma had prepared for him. Emma's whole life revolved around this man, and at the hospital, Ethan was changing the other woman's bandages. She looked at him and said, "Other people hurt me when they do it. Can you do it instead?" Ethan immediately softened and completely forgot his promise to Emma's mother. By the time he remembered, it was already too late, but he still thought Emma was just throwing another tantrum. The other woman even pretended to have a high fever and pass out, making sure Ethan couldn't leave. The nurses whispered among themselves, "She does this all the time. Only Dr. Ethan can see through her," because the woman knew the truth. The person who donated Ethan's kidney was never her. It was Emma, but she never told him. She just watched as Ethan slowly lost his wife. When Ethan finally returned home, he started noticing something was wrong. His slippers weren't where they usually were. The sleep diffuser was empty. Even the coffee he drank every day was no longer there. After asking the housekeeper, he finally found out everything he had taken for granted over the years was because of Emma. The lunches he used to complain about were made and delivered by her every single day. The coffee beans he loved were picked out by her after searching all over the city, but he never knew any of it. Still, Ethan thought Emma had just left home. He thought she was waiting for him to come get her until the divorce papers arrived. When he saw the terms, Ethan lost it because Emma was willing to give up everything just to get away from him. He still thought this was just another way to make him apologize. Then his mother-in-law called again. Crying, she told him, "She is gone. Please, leave my daughter alone." Before Ethan could even react, the other woman spoke up beside him. "Emma must have been pregnant. She didn't want you to have the child, so she used this to force you into a divorce." Those words completely changed how Ethan saw things. He believed Emma was not only selfish, but cruel, but he didn't know. The other woman already knew the truth, and she chose to hide it, just to make sure Ethan lost the woman who loved him. Until one day, Ethan finally heard the truth from a coworker. The person he had been thanking for saving his life all these years wasn't who he thought. The person who truly saved him was the wife he pushed away. Ethan rushed home, but the woman who once gave him everything was never coming back.